Hi, Schmau. Bukit Faris Petra. Java. I think this is the final cut. I saw an update. There was a big update. Is the final cut automatic? Or do I have to buy something separate? I know it came out. I saw a big update. I downloaded the update. How's the audio level? Just a second. How's this? Streamer mode. What is the Twitch integration? Gamer mode. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Okay, I guess I should do that. I have played this before, but I stopped, you know, like 5 hours in or something like that. I never got through it. Hello. I'll just wait a minute or so. I'm not going to start over. I'm just going to continue. See if it works. What was the language? The dual language mode. Yeah, you know, I wish we had integrated that as an official thing. Somebody made a mod for Pillars 1 where you could run with multiple languages concurrently, which was really cool. We should have just made that a feature in Deadfire, but never got around to it. It was really cool, though. I believe this is the final cut. Hi, Siduri. Welcome. This is a Negroni. Does Disco have a Swedish language pack? No. No. Oh, okay. Does have Spanish. No Italian, though. Portuguese, but no Italian. Alright. Whoa, it's been a while since I played this. Almost a year. Deadfire had, I think, 9 localizations at launch, which is ridiculous. I don't even remember what I was doing. Wait a minute, was I here? Do I need to start a new game for the final cut? It doesn't appear so. Does Obsidian have a dedicated Loc team that is contracted out? No. We change probably a little too frequently. We change Loc teams. We change Loc teams depending on what languages we're loking into and what the current costs are. I don't really like that approach personally. It's the most cost effective, but I think you pay another price, which is the quality of the translations. And I prefer to work with localization people repeatedly. I'm not going to restart the game. From a developer's point of view, how likely it is that the localization pays for itself? As a Brazilian, you're sort of doubtful. Many people over here would play the game just because of the translation. That's always a good question. That's always a good question. And there are certain territories where, frankly, like, people either buy the English version or they just don't, or they pirate the game. So the other thing that's tricky is in some regions, well, it depends on the localization. If you have VO included, sometimes in certain regions, you region lock the key so it can't be traded on the gray market. So for example, often games in Russian territories will be sold with discounted keys, but they're region locked. Usually the localization can be changed to whatever you want, but if you're selling a version that's region locked, probably makes sense to have a translation that works for that. What was I even doing? Sometime after 2100. It is 2100, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay. That's right, it's the next day. New Order is language locked to German in Switzerland? Which sucks for all the Swiss people who don't speak German. And all the German-speaking Swiss people who don't speak Hochdeutsch. I mean, that's actually not true. Every Swiss person I know or I've met can speak High German, but I don't know what the right approach for keys is. I understand that there's some strategy there to key locking. Sorry, getting off to a slow start here. I gotta pay this dude. I got a lot of things to do. I gotta find... Oh... Talk to Titus. The German dubs for the new Wolf Saga are pretty decent. I would hope so, because a lot of the voice actors are German just for the main game, right? I will say this journal, obviously, I mean, I think, even though I haven't finished this game, I think it's very incredible. The journal does not do a great job at, if you haven't played in a while, such as I haven't, reminding you where people are. Unless the map, maybe, will tell me? Maybe. Kinda. Wasn't there a movie that was made in German, but all the German actors did a whole English version? What was the Lars von Trier? God, I think there was an older black and white Lars von Trier movie where there was something weird with the dub, or there was something very strange with the dub. It sounds like that. I can't remember. I'm sorry. That's vague. Do I know the devs at all? No. I have indirectly spoken with them on social media, but I've never met any of them. Fresh Wisconsin chip seal. I haven't really done much riding in the Santa Monica Mountains. I've seen videos of people riding in the Santa Monica Mountains, but... Yeah, the story about how this game came about is fascinating. It all stemmed from Kurtzman's depression following the failure of his novel based in the same universe from Atticus Finch. Yeah, I've heard that. Pretty incredible. And if I recall correctly, a tabletop role-playing campaign as well. Folks, I'm moreless here. I don't know what I'm doing because it's been. Ooh. I can't do that. I can't really do that. Track down my badge. Maybe I could stumble across it. I'm not going to restart the game. Do not ask me to restart the game because I'm not going to do it. I don't think I can get the body out of the tree right now. That's the thing I can try to do. I don't think I'm going to do it.
Looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Yeah, I examined it. I have examined it before. I'm on the next day.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Yeah, see, this is already locked. I already did all this stuff.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
How does the game handle save scumming if the checks are percentile based? Does it just let you do it? It does just let you do it. One of the things that I did not like about the game is that I don't like the randomized system for passing checks. I was gathering it does feel really bad to lose an 80% skill. Like I failed the wall. I think the last time I streamed this almost a year ago, I screwed up the wall visualization, even though I had like a 96% chance, and I was like, come on, man. The movie was Das Boot that had an English version with the German actors.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you? Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you.
Trickier Hades. In my mind, a 90% chance should pass 100% of the time. That was my opinion, is that once you hit like the 85 threshold, that should be just guaranteed success, and anything below that, being variable, is probably okay. It's fun. It is fun to make a check that you have a 2% chance of making out of desperation. It is not fun to fail an 85 or 96% chance. Like, it's not enjoyable.
I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
Must have seen something on the night of the murder.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
So XCOM, it really solidified, XCOM Enemy Unknown really solidified for me. Hi, this is Totally Saul. Welcome, thank you. Curvit's words, we don't control our bodies, we give wishes to it and hope it doesn't fail. True, that is very correct. Also, it feels fucking shitty. You can... Yes, correct. Fucking feels bad, dude. You can explain it, and I can agree with that sentiment and say it fucking sucks. I'm sorry. Beautiful game. That part sucks every time. Yeah, the shitty feeling can be intentional, and I can say I don't like it. It's fine. It's okay. Doesn't matter. I'm just one opinion. But the thing that happened for me in XCOM, where it felt very bad, doesn't that also go for D&D and tabletop? No, it doesn't. Because you're in a completely improvisational environment in tabletop. And also, additionally, games have increasingly allowed you to do things like take 10 when it makes sense that you are so invested in the thing that you're doing that you should be guaranteed to do it. Or, for example, you have systems like Ars Magica where you have stressed and unstressed rolls where very likely you can only fail, or you have a chance of botching, like a stressed roll in Ars Magica, where if it's not a stress situation and you roll, even a 1 will pass if the math says it does. But if it's a stressed roll, then a 1 can potentially botch and then cause all sorts of other crazy things happen. Why was he on a leave anyway?
It's a private matter.
Oh, XCOM.
Nothing
So,
to do with your investigation.
in XCOM, the thing that really aggravated me is basically the RNG winds up in extreme circumstances, causing these circumstances where you as the player do something that doesn't make any tactical sense to break the RNG out of a rhythm. So, for example, in at the end of XCOM, this is the last mission in Enemy Unknown. You're on the alien ship. You're going to blow that fucker up. And I had a circumstance where there was one guy, and I set up everyone in my squad but one person on Overwatch. And I had my scout run out and run back, specifically to draw this guy out. Perfect setup. Perfect. I ran back. This dude runs out. Everyone in the group, every single of the 5 people had 95% chance to hit. They all missed, and then he critically hit my character, who is at max health, and killed her. Completely idiotic. That's like the ideal tactical setup is, hey, and like pull the guy, and they run out, and everybody with a 95% chance just fucking roasts him. So what I did is I reloaded and did something else and threw a grenade, which is dumb. It's just stupid. I threw a grenade to like offset, basically to bump the RNG forward and then finish the combat. So you wind up doing a ridiculous nonsense thing. And that's it. I think Enemy Unknown is a good XCOM game to start with.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man who would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
I think one of the big differences, one of the big things in XCOM is that the roles are usually all or nothing. So either you completely whiff and do nothing, or you hit and do like half or all of the health and damage to the target. So it's super consequential whether you hit or miss. So it just magnifies that. It's the same reason why, you know, like, people have been playing Baldur's Gate 3 and they're like, wow, D20, very swingy. Hit or miss. Either I miss and do nothing, or I hit and I do 1,000,000 damage, or I get missed and nothing happens, or I get hit and I die. And that is why Pillars of Eternity has graze. XCOM 2 has graze and dodge mechanic. I started playing XCOM Enemy Within, right? And the spawning in enemies started bugging me.
No one. The bus has been unmanned since
McManusor,
Monday.
all of the threshold, all of the
It's not
checks
the
in
guild.
Fallout New Vegas
It's just me.
and all of the non-combat checks in Fallout New Vegas are threshold checks. Same with Pillars 1 and Pillars 2. And the combat checks, there's very little save or die type stuff in Pillars 1 and 2 intentionally so that it doesn't feel incredibly swingy. I'm drinking a Negroni. My friend Miriam is a big fan of Negronis, and I've been drinking old-fashioned for a while, so I decided to try this. But then I was going to make a mojito, but I don't know, I just decided to try this again. Because I just made my first mojito a few nights ago. Audrey really likes mojitos and does not like bitter drinks, so... You know, I tried putting grays into Pillars Tabletop, and it was not super enjoyable. Pillars Tabletop I've designed it so that, I don't know, it's not quite a gray system, but it's kind of easy to hit things. I've tried to make it so it's pretty easy to hit things, and base damage is okay. And every 5 points above the roll to hit is a crit that adds an extra die of damage, basically. So every 5 points above, you do that much more damage. So if you just hit, a regular hit is normally not an incredible amount of damage, kind of like a graze, not quite. And then it's just... what you really want to do is you want a crit or 2 crits or 3 crits so you can keep adding dice on top of the base damage and overpower their armor and kill them.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yeah, I tried I tried a boulevardier also, and it was very good. No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before, René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Yeah, White Russians. Hold on, let me let Sess in. What's going on, Sess? Come on. Oh ho 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 ho. Oh ho 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 ho. Oh ho 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 ho. Oh ho 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 ho. I like White Russians, and it's I feel like I didn't, you know, I didn't know anything much about alcohol until 5 years ago when I started drinking, and I still don't really know that much about it. But when I made a White Russian, I was like, wow, this is incredibly easy and very chill and sweet. And now this makes perfect sense for why this is the dude's favorite drink. I was like, okay, now I get it. It's a super easy little vodka, a little Kahlua, some milk, something milk-like.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Is this a Panopticon reference here? I got that ref. Thanks for the ref. Thanks for the Bentham ref. I have not gotten any new tattoos recently. I've been a little, I got a new tattoo, I got a tattoo about a year ago. Right as stuff was getting crazy. What? Like just as I was getting the tattoo, I remember talking to the artist being like, "Hey, isn't this weird? Like it sounds like maybe this pandemic is going to come here and be really crazy." And the tattoo artist was like, "Yeah, it's going to be really weird for how we're working." If and no one was wearing masks or anything. And then like a week later, everyone was wearing masks and working at home. So that was it. All right. Hmm. A union man. Yeah, I'm generally being union-y. This is kind of where I'm vibing. I don't really like this because it's saying like old people should just stay in the job market forever. But it is a good point. Renee is just one guy. I'm going to go with this because of the sentiment. Big guys looking after the small and everyone working together.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now?
However, that's not a sound basis. Individual people helping out other individual people isn't... But I also didn't want to say, hey, yeah, let's have all the elderly people get back into into the job market. Keep them motivated.
Yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
All right, let's give this a whirl. See if I made it, that would be good. If this said 96 and I failed it, it would be bad.
Still, all you see is an old soldier refusing to replace his uniform with a civilian attire.
Any union is a collision of individuals. That's true. That is true.
Anything else I can assist you with, officer?
I guess not. I have heard of Age of Decadence. I want to say I played like an early version of Age of Decadence, but didn't play the final version. I did play a little more of Dungeon Rats, I believe. It's very good art.
Yes? Hello? Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
I haven't tried Solasta yet, no.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
This was a tremendously useful interlude.
Yeah, I've read the story about that Japanese soldier. Have I played any of the Oddworld games? I have not.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop?
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved. Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Sorry about that. You want to go back out? You gonna think about it? No. Come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Is this about the curse? That's why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
What are you, a coward? Think about the marvelous adventures waiting for us on the other side.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful.
My inland empire worked. Nice.
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Alright, I'm gonna go crazy.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Ooh.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Uh-oh. Cool. It's this babe face back here. It's good. Uh-oh.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Let me just knock on this.
Only an echo. No one is there.
Could get fucked up. Let's try this. Oof. That's good.
Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
It was a good animation, too. Oh god, this really wasn't the best idea, was it?
Are you alright? These looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
Have I gotten my vaccination yet? No, I don't qualify yet. I don't qualify yet, and I don't need it. Like, I'm working at home. I don't really go anywhere. I walk Coco. I go to the grocery store. I ride my bike by myself. So I'm gonna sign up on the 15th when it opens up for everybody. Do I have any thoughts about the decision to make all the personality aspects the same voice? I think it's totally valid. I mean, if it's all in your head, then it could very easily all just be aspects of one voice. I think that works. It could also be different voices. I don't think there's anything wrong with it being one voice. It's not my game or choice to make. I think it's totally valid. That's all I guess I would say about it.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down the back door? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits, or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed, covered in dozens of little charms and trinkets.
Well, did what we could. Do I have things I can use to heal myself? I can't remember. This is my character. Oh, on top of my health. Okay, that's right. Little too much conceptualization. Oh yeah. Thanks. Yep, Pillars 1 and Deadfire are both on Game Pass, folks. That's the Microsoft way. Check it out. Yeah, I think... I also believe... Whoops. I also believe that there... I haven't seen any yet, but I've heard that there are negative consequences for over-specializing. So, yeah, I look forward to having too much conceptualization for this world. I got a little visual calculus, a little logic, a little encyclopedia, some volition and Inland Empire.
You've hurt yourself now. I told you not to mess around back there. What are you even trying to accomplish, you fool?
I need to know what secrets lie behind the door. It's part of a spiritual quest.
You're only making things worse. Stop it. Be compelled to look at the books. Go to them. Hello again, esteemed officer.
All right.
Whoa, what have we here?
Uh-oh, some visual calculus is happening.
A bridge with loose nails and rotten-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Doing a high physique build now. Physical instrument turns you into a rude jock, and endurance is a massive fash. Nice. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I haven't seen anything process-wise on how they made the art. I'm assuming there's a lot of painting over. If there's a render here, I'm assuming there's a lot of painting over it. cool.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an
Oh, is
umbrella,
this a lady
I hope.
who I need to get the
I don't
badge
need
for?
one myself, you see.
Have I encountered new content? Well, I mean, the VO is new, but I don't know because this is still my first playthrough of the game, technically. This is the first time I'm seeing most of this.
Sadly, I need this one myself. It's hydrophobic, repels water, almost magically. The company makes them for offshore platform personnel. Very sturdy. What I can do for you is answer some questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day.
There was some VO in the game, but it wasn't full VO. You can tell it's Unity because of the load times. Yeah, load times are long, and with a lot of 2D assets, that was the big struggle for Pillars. Tell me about this alleged drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Someone was saying something about... Someone was saying the Chapel cameos and the other stuff is gone. I thought someone said that... So there's full psychological, which I don't know what that is, and classic, which I think has the original VO.
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they're vulnerable.
How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales at that roundabout.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interviewed, I'll be explicit. If you find this drive...
Uncovering the Union's secrets could also give you an upper hand when dealing with them.
Have I been biking on the Crystal Cove Trail? I don't think so. I'm not sure exactly which trail you're talking about. I've camped at Crystal Cove. I've gone on the dirt trails up into the hills inland, and I've camped back there, which is pretty gnarly because the grade on some of those ascents is really crazy. And I've gone down Pacific Coast Highway like a billion times past Crystal Cove. Not really sure which trail you're talking about, though. Do I think Fallout could get an isometric game in the future? I don't know if I guess if Bethesda wants to make one. The Hills used to run there in high school. Yeah, I went back there with a bike that had way too narrow tires because I mistakenly trusted someone who told me that 28mm tires were okay. And they both of them popped on the way out, and it was really frustrating. What proof do you have the union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves. Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
We already have some suspicions that one of the drivers was present at the lynching. It's true.
The two might even be connected.
Or not. Though, if you have evidence to the contrary, I'm eager to hear it.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done. Yes? Excellent.
Sure, I'll look
According to
into
my
it.
reports, there are at least 3... It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I suspect the traffic jam won't disperse for a few more days. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. Of course, Detective. Take care.
All right, let's roll. Gotta get that horn. Gotta get that horn, baby.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
I don't think I want to talk to this guy, actually.
Things are busy enough. You're going to waste less of my time?
We'll see.
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
I'm just gonna leave here. So, hold on. The jam mystery. Okay. There are 3 drivers at the intersection. Am I misunderstanding? So, wait a minute. Is this where I'm supposed to be? Are the guys here? Am I misunderstanding? I'm sorry, Major. I'm taking a hiatus from answering Fallout New Vegas questions because I don't think my memory is that reliable anymore, especially given some of the super esoteric things people ask me, and it just kind of starts to dominate, like, everything. So I'm just taking a break from answering New Vegas questions. Sorry. And I've answered, like, you know, maybe, certainly hundreds, I don't know, maybe thousands at this point of questions. It's not about people asking me about other stuff I've worked on, because if you don't like any of the stuff I've worked on recently, that's okay. But just need to take a break from talking about New Vegas. No, it's fine. It's fine to ask. I'm just taking a break. Hello.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
Seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know?
Alright, I'm gonna get another drink. I'll be right back. Hello. Alright, I'm back. Did enough Van Buren content even exist to make a full game out of? I mean, there are certainly enough design docs, but for some reason Fergus... I don't know. In the past, Fergus really seemed to believe that it was a lot farther along than it was, and it just wasn't. I mean, we had a vertical slice, basically, and a demo. And we had a lot of documentation and a lot of cool ideas, but that's about it. Oh, well, I guess that's good, Akira. I mean, better than not amicably. I don't know, Fergus said the same thing about Aliens too, and it really was not in... Like, he said it looked like a game that was ready to ship. No, it didn't. Like, certainly the version that leaked on YouTube is much worse than the version that came out a month later. That was our last milestone, but it was... No. I'm having a Boulevardier, by the way. Substituting bourbon for gin.
But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Oof. Sorry, Akira. I'm just going to try... I'm going to be straightforward with this guy. Let me straight. I just want to figure out who's smuggling drugs.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Kind of weird to hear how Joshua Graham went from an Ignis, XP, and Van Buren to what he is in Honest Hearts. Yeah, I mean... he changed a lot between the Van Buren stuff. Like, if you've seen the Van Buren design docs, like, some of the stuff I added for Joshua Graham was mine. There was the central idea that Avalon had about the Burn Man as being, you know, this, like, kind of unkillable figure, and there was certainly an aesthetic about him, but I think, if I recall correctly, all of the Mormon stuff was stuff that I added, and then certainly his whole incarnation in New Vegas was. Yeah, technically it's a Van Buren question, but
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
why are you still hanging around, dude?
Gotta guard the stuff. Bosses don't look kindly on missing cargo, and it gives me time to work on my rhymes.
Nice. Crazy to think there's been less time between Van Buren and New Vegas than New Vegas and now. Yeah, I realized I was putting together a talk. I did a keynote for an Italian conference that just happened last weekend. Obviously, I wasn't there. I did it remotely. But I was doing a timeline just to show, like, kind of, I don't know, it was like my history in the industry, basically. And I realized that as much time has passed between New Vegas and now as between the beginning of my career in New Vegas. It's 11 years. And actually, March 26th, 1999 was when I started at Interplay. So, 22 years as of a few days ago.
A rhymesmith. This is quite credible. It goes with its cadence and
Nice.
way of speaking.
Still on liquor ban. I'm trying to get more fit, but I also keep drinking in the evenings. Not every evening. But certainly much more than I ever did a year ago. It was funny. Audrey was looking at the top of the refrigerator, which is where I put all my booze. And last year, before the pandemic started, there was nothing there, and now the whole thing is just full of bottles. So, bye, Wandering Tycho. Radical boganism, that's a cool detail. The backgrounds give an idea of the ideology of the person. That's very cool. Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade then?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
That's true. See, if I fail this, I'm going to be mad.
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like...
A mirror's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray. It's very good.
Whoa. What else?
Hi, Iga. Welcome. It is a chalice held out to you in silent communion.
Silent communion. That's good.
Where graspingly you partake of a shifting identity you never your own.
Dang, that's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
What happened to my beard? I just trimmed it. It was... So when I ride my bike, I ride on trails mostly. And the trails don't usually get clogged, but there's enough bike traffic that sometimes I wind up inadvertently riding in pace lines, or just like stuck behind people. And I don't want them to feel nervous. So I have a balaclava, I guess, that I pull up. And with the beard, it was just getting really, really warm. I had to trim it. That's it. Did I get an endangered bird living in my beard? No, it was just too hot. And when I cut it, I realized that I really think I like the look of a relatively trim. I think my Twitter picture is like the perfect max length. and then after that, it's bad. Maybe it's not a balaclava. I just have like a neck wrap that I pull up. Balaclava isn't the right term. Maybe it's a gaiter. I'm just a vessel for the muse.
Right. But really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours.
It's not a scarf. It's yeah, it's just I pull it over my head. It's a cylinder, a cylinder of fabric that I pull up. It's not a scarf though. I think the words are mine, yes.
Fucking hey. Seems I got you all wrong. Cops aren't much known for their artistic sensibilities.
Oh boy, guess what? Guess who's gonna visit now? Guess who's gonna visit? You better come here, you're gonna visit with everybody. No, now you gotta visit. You can't run away. You gotta come here. Oh no, buddy. You're going on camera. Oh yeah. You're harassing the cat. So now... Hi? What's going on? What are you doing? What are you doing? Coco's here. Alright, can you leave Sesame alone for a minute, please? No? Okay. Sess, do you want to come in here? Coco harasses Sesame a little too much. He's a
It's
little
good to meet
guy.
a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text.
He's turning...
The others here, so you don't really get it.
2 in 2.5 weeks. April 18th. Yeah, he's pretty guilty. What are you doing, Sass? Alright. How old is Coco? Like I said, he's just about to turn 2. Hey man, cops are human too. No.
I get you. When they really click, it makes the world seem manageable. Good to be on the same page.
Why am I not playing in German?
You found some common ground with this man.
I don't know. I wonder if
Even
the writing
Kristen.
would be too
The next time you look in
too
the
much for my
mirror,
German.
remember those words.
Shouldn't it be Lom though? It's a good point. That is a good point. Alright, thanks, buddy.
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined. Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
I guess I have been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Okay, if 50% art critic is what's needed to free me from rote repetition, so be it.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street. You must also
Iga, did you order the
apprehend
crazy limited
the tried
edition
and
super
derivative
duper vinyl?
artists and writers of the world?
Coco. Coco, do you want to go into your crate? I don't think you do. Okay, bye. He responds to that when he hears the C word. He goes, I gotta be somewhere else. Keep the doggy in a crate when he's being too rowdy. He goes and he calms down. He just goes to the crate to settle down. It's in the living room. He just chills out there. But sometimes he's out of control. He needs to chill.
Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Hold on. I'll be right back. Coco? That's it, bud. It's too much. Come here. You're being naughty. Coco, come here. Oh, you're making me mad. Sesame, you gotta come with me then. You gotta come with me and be in the office so that he can't get you. So yeah, I was a vocal performance major before history. Do I still sing? I mean, like, I sing every day, like, just stuff. But I don't like sing for anything. And I need to actually do a recording of I Will Always Love You by Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton wrote the original song. Because the last the 12th person to complete the ultimate for Deadfire did it with a Troubadour. Was it Troubadour Ascendant? No, it was a Cypher Troubadour build of some sort. I can't remember. And I said that if they did it, then I would record a cover dedicated to them. So. Someone managed Pillars 2 Ultimate without Blood Mage and without Priest of Scan. So. So wait on, hold on a bit, hold on a moment. Hold on a sec. So yeah, I went to try to get Coco, and he picked up some toys, and he ran. He ran around Audrey, and then he hid under the couch because he knew I was going to put him in the crate. Big ups from a current Concordia Choir member. Nice. Does my character have big gloves? Yes. Yeah, can I... Why do I still have... Oh, because it gives... That's right. The mystery is mostly aesthetic. That's why I have it, because I have +1 conceptualization. Uptown Girl? I don't remember Uptown Girl, Iga. It's been a long time since I've listened to Uptown Girl. Why do I think Western RPGs use urban fantasy mundane settings less than Eastern RPGs tend to? I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's probably just a cultural vibe. Fantasy feels, at least like looking at anime, I feel like urban fantasy is more heavily incorporated into anime. Video games maybe being an outgrowth of that general group of media. Yeah, isekai. We just watched Ni no Kuni last night. I didn't like it. I don't think it was very good. Lumi, is it Yumi or Lumi? JHT. I remember trying Disco Elysium a couple months ago, loving everything about it, then failing an 89% check and immediately hating it. I fucking said that. That's exactly what I said. It's not fun. If you hit the 85 mark, arguably even 80, but 85 is, I feel, where the real sting. No. Isn't the Persona series set in an urban environment? Yeah, but what the person was asking was, why do Eastern role-playing games... And again, honestly, I don't play a lot of Japanese or Korean games. Why do they tend to feature urban fantasy more than Western role-playing games? So how do I, wait a minute, how do I get... I want to get actual art to green here. If I forget, wait, how do I get more slots? How do I, ooh, I see. Click an empty cell. Oh, I need to level up. Okay. Maybe a second drink wasn't a good idea. I'm not doing too well. Folks, please give me 1 minute. I have to take Coco out. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Hello. I feel like, yeah, I feel like Russian, I feel like, let's say, Eastern European, Central, possibly Eastern European, is its own subgenre of Western. Somebody else around here I thought I could talk to. I thought there was somebody else around here I could talk to about this.
Looking for something, Rond? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Oh, this guy. Found this mug in the trash. Yours. Lady driver, east of the mustache driver. Alright, I'll try that. Mac I had similar experiences with Disco when it comes to skill checks. Combined with failing on my part to save regularly, plus my laptop crashing, ended up with a few cases of, well, I passed this 85% on my first pass through, but failed it this time around. Should I just reload and retry till I get it, or is that going against the intended experience? And should I just roll with this new failure, which wasn't a fun dilemma to try to figure out? There's a few games I've seen. I don't want to presume. This, Battle Brothers, arguably XCOM, where the spirit seems to be a hardcore run implicitly, meaning like you just roll with whatever happens. But most people just don't play that way. So because the majority of people don't actually play hardcore, I just think it falls apart. I don't think it, for most people, they're just like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it feels bad, and I just reload, and I work around it, and I don't get why this mechanic is here. That's my opinion. I think because most people don't play that way. I think if they made the game where it's like, no, it's just, you play, it's a hardcore playthrough, that's it. You have one rolling save. Whatever happens, you move forward, then that would be the experience, and that could be a way to do it. Certainly, you're right, whoever has said this, like, the failures in this are usually not fatal. They can be. So yeah. But, like, people who save scum, and I did it on my last playthrough of this, or not my last playthrough, but my last stream of this where I failed that wall conceptualization check. It's not that I think that action is fun. It feels like I built my character to experience certain things, and I just missed because of bad RNG. And so that content is just lost to me because of dice, not because of how I spec my character. Just doesn't feel good. Failures in this game are often funny, sometimes even better than passing the check in every way. That's true. The wall one wasn't. I mean, the wall one, if I recall correctly, failing that conceptualization check, it just was basically like, yeah, you can't do this. So it didn't feel good. Is the best way of working around it to design a fail-forward system like a thoughtful DM? I mean, the thing that we did in New Vegas is you could fail things. It was all threshold-based, but failure would never put you in a worse position. The failure line always, the idea was that it should always be entertaining, and it should never put you in a worse position than you just came from, to encourage people to pick things that were obviously failure options. You can keep coming back to the wall if you get more points, but remember I was already at 10, so the chances that I was going to actually get that many points were fairly low. Yeah, I want more money or you trip out of luck. Yeah, that's a perfect example. That's usually the example that I give. That's not mine, by the way. That's John Gonzalez wrote that. If you're already maxed, you're a bit screwed. That's true. Again, I really honestly feel like if you took the 85 and above and just say you pass, I think anything below that, players would be a lot more comfortable with failures.
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go.
Look at that guy go.
Funny in a while. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
I love racist things.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
Yeah, it's a good clip. Takes a long drag from a cigarette.
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
So I take it you're not smuggling drugs?
Not in, not out. I'll never betray the purity of my tribe.
So you're telling us that you don't know anything about drug smuggling through Terminal B?
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his
That's,
lot and
just
took
having a
damn
good old
everything.
genetics
He lost
discussion.
his fucking job over it.
It's like recently there was that guy, there was some dude, some random guy on Twitter who was like, what's up with academia becoming super dense and inaccessible due to crazy jargon right around 1980? I'm like, 1980, dude? You can go back to the fucking scholastics. You can go back to fucking, like, Thomas Aquinas. Read that shit. Tell me it's not dense as hell and full of a bunch of, like, super specific... Like, come on, man. But I was imagining, yeah, Kant. And then I was imagining, like... like, quarry workers in the 1950s discussing semiotics. They're like, used to be you could just crack a beer with your bro and talk about post-structuralism, but not since 1980. Like, come on, dude. Like, get your head out of your ass. Yeah, some academic stuff is really hard to read. Like, and I think I've shown this before. This is a really bad... I got this for reference for something. It's the history of hospitality in high medieval monasteries. And it's cool, but the language is just unbelievably dense. It is so incredibly hard to read. Like, I've been formally and informally studying and speaking German for 25 years, and this is barely intelligible to me. It's so hard. It's incredible. So, like, I get it. I get that stuff and but like, I am a German as a non-native speaker with a bachelor's degree. That is not a book for me. It's okay. It's okay for that to be incredibly hard to read. It's okay. It was written after 1980, it's true.
Since you left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
Oh no.
If they were getting drunk inside the Whirling in Rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
Nice.
What? Aren't we allowed to say that it's the kids who do all the stealing around here? That's not road to science, man.
Who's running drugs through Terminal B?
Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang. That beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well. He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Really, he's just selling his employer stuff. Stuff he stole after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. Just follow the smell. It smells like apricot and oil when you're nearby.
What?
Yes. Where is he?
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sea Lang's usually a little bit south of here, near the canal. You can't miss him. Just watch yourselves. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood.
Alright.
He's your man, alright? 100%.
Cool it with the what? Cool it with the anti-Samaran remarks.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what...
Guess so.
Alright, racist guy. By the canal. How high is my encyclopedia score? It's okay, it's 4 or 5, I think. Oops. 5. You know? Not too shabs. Sorry, I'm just taking a look at how they're doing tree parallaxing. It's interesting that the trees are 3D, so the trees are actually... Okay, the perspective is actually changing on them. Okay, interesting. Okay. No, these aren't the guys I want to talk to. No, 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 no.
I have really...
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston.
René. Hello, officer.
Is this the guy?
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here.
What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer. You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang! Oh, yes! You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like. You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
The vendor formerly voiced by Will Menaker. Nice. By the way, I've never listened to a single episode of Chapo. But I do follow, I think, almost everybody from Chapo on Twitter. I don't really listen to many podcasts, so that's my excuse.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
Sure. Why not?
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
I don't know. It was just the only thing I could come up with in my head to ask you. I need to get money somehow.
Ah, yes. Money is very important.
I listened to Yeah Dude and Tinsel City. That's it. Those are the only two podcasts I listened to. And irregularly.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job.
Sorry, detective.
What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
Very good. The Craigslist bits, yeah, the Craigslist bits on chat or on, yeah, dude, are very funny. The no games, no drama, Barry MC, no games, no drama is probably my favorite. I think that's Craigslist. Misconnection on, yeah, dude. It's very good. No games, no drama. Look it up. It's very good. I'm super into drugs.
That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs. Sadly, I don't have any drugs on sale, or at my home, or on my person.
All right, I'm gonna find this as a gift for you guys.
We have been doing a
All right, here you go, folks.
That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that. Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole. I'm...
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
Nice.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream. No! That's insane. It's the fat hater. He's been eyeing me for a week and he sent you here. Maybe he's the one, huh? Have you thought about that?
I have.
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd? You know, the drug crowd?
Okay, if you don't know, then I'll tell your employer you've been selling his stuff.
No use. He's not telling us. He's too afraid. We need to take him to my station and ask him there. After we've called his boss.
Okay, look. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know.
It's not
Please
very
don't
helpful.
Get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table.
See ya,
Zoom
Kanarski
in on
kid.
it.
We're buddies.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
Interesting. Could this driver be connected to the Hardy Boys?
I don't know. I'm not local. I don't know anything about... I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her.
It could be. She was strange.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase.
All right, I'm gonna try one more time.
Sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
No need to dress this one up. Just tell.
Oh, okay. Ah, yes.
Are you trying?
Sorry, detective.
Where's the lady? Where is that lady? Is she up here? Bottom right of this map. East of the statue, okay.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap him twice!
Where am I? Who are you?
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
What's so bad about the 50s?
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
When else would you
Back
be?
in Methka, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is.
Who is Gabriel Buenguerro?
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
Nice.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all of his lines.
See, this is totally Saul.
Someone was. They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
Nice.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
Show me the soles of your boots.
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff?
It's for important police business, ma'am.
I'm starting to think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You are no Gabriel.
What food did you get, Iga?
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots made of black leather. Buckles run across. The sole is also made of leather.
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now, there was a real man.
Moreover, the boots were size 37, tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all this. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of His Innocence, Franco Negro. which happened 500 years ago.
Wait, what do you mean it was the coronation of Franco Negro?
It was. And then
Nice.
it was no more. And I was no longer holding my father's hand. He was no longer descending the stairs in Ryle. The crowd had gone silent. Perhaps it was another Herife who came and woke me up, looking at my boots, asking questions. Or perhaps it was one of the others in this carnival. I don't remember.
As she says carnival, she gestures to the empty square with the statue and the machines.
I could have told you that from just looking at them. The size is 37.
Thanks, Kim.
The feet of a little girl, they fit well on the pedals. Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero, you need to listen to On the Western Plain.
The Boyadero, Boya for short, is a cowherder from upstream Magritte, the great steppes of northern Mesk. People like Manana at the gates have turned it into an ideology of sorts.
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring Boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain. Of course not. The Boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Maigret, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down. So the Boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Magritte. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him.
That's cringe. It's not an appropriate reaction.
The most beautiful. A true Boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a Boyadero.
What if to truly love a Boyadero is to float lifeless downstream?
You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs. Actually, I'm gonna leave.
Yes, go. Enough.
And I'm gonna end it there for tonight. Gonna save my old game. Alright folks, that's it for the eve. Thanks for joining in. I haven't streamed for a while, so I don't know when the next stream sesh will be, but thanks for dropping by, and until next time, take it easy. See ya.